Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, August the 23rd, 2024. Friday, August the 23rd. Well, we have Sharon still hallucinating on Cameron, seeing Cameron. I have a problem with this particular storyline. Sharon is a licensed professional. Um, she has counseled, given counsel, you know, to people, to their children. She's a professional. They come to her for professional advice. And for the writing to have evolved her down this rabbit hole to me is ridiculous. It's 100% ridiculous. We did not need to see the Cameron Kirsten character back on the map. And I'm telling you, this time he's back on the map than last summer when the whole bomb thing, came up. That was sensationalized and ridiculous. Bomb strapped to faith like that. Sharon terrorized, Nick terrorized. Now we brought him back in her mind. Now, there's always the saying, doctors make the worst patients. Sharon's not a doctor, but she's trained. Initially, when she started getting off, she called her doctor and said, something is wrong. I'm not feeling right with this medication thing, right? But you work to get it right. She's gone off her meds. She's bipolar. To keep bipolarism, I think is the proper word for that, under control, they have to have medication, right? Sharon is just living her bipolar best dream, just hallucinating. They even have her looking crazy when she's seeing Cameron talking to other people. Huh? Oh, nothing. No, no, I'm on new meds. What makes them think this is good soap opera writing? The problem that I have, see, and I said this is the recap for Friday, the 23rd, but really, I'm going back, y'all. This is why I haven't done Young and the Restless recaps. Now, I am going to try to do it once a week. I think I said that before until I kept watching, and I'm like, oh no, I just can't. We had the suicide storyline with Chelsea. They did that very well. Very well. They actually told the OCD storyline with little Connor, and they're telling it very well. I applaud them on both of those topics. But now, for some reason, they're saying, hey, we got good ratings when we're dealing with mental health issues. Let's throw Sharon in the mix of it, as we're on the heels of coming off of Nikki's alcoholism that we had to be drugged through again. They're doing too much for the lack of true stories to tell. Sharon's story being told right now is an unnecessary, ridiculous story that then 2 months from now, they're going to redeem her. Oh, her medications are perfect now. And everybody's going to say, hey, little Harrison's in trouble. Let's call Sharon. Hey, We need somebody to talk to Lucy. Let's call Sharon. No. After this, Sharon needs not to say she's a licensed or certified or whatever she is therapist. We're done. I'm done with that. I can't, no, done with Sharon in that. So please, writers, if you're listening, stop that. Because tell some more, you know what? Either get new writers or deal with better stories to tell. There are some out there. Now, we have Sally begging Adam to tell her the truth. She knows something. They look, they pretty much heard Adam and Chelsea saying the guilt of that one night. What does that normally mean, everybody? We don't want Connor to find out about what happened that night, that one night, and the guilt we share. Well, Billy had been pressing. He knows something was going on, something, couldn't put his finger on it, but something. Just bull in a china shop with that, right? Chelsea's feeling guiltier and guiltier. Adam, we need to tell him. I need to tell Billy. And Adam's like, no, you don't. They don't know what happened. We lie. Now, mind you, Chelsea is still needing, some therapy reinforcement from time to time. She's going to. So do you think lying is the best course of action for her? I'm not talking about for Adam, because Adam could lie till the cows come home. See, his name is Victor Adam Newman. Victor. He could lie like his daddy and not blink an eye. Okay? Adam can lie and say it ain't so, please. Right? So Billy wore Chelsea down. And the guilt has worn Chelsea down. So Chelsea, whatever it is, I can take it. Whatever it is you have to tell me, I am still on your side. I still love you. There's nothing you can tell me that's going to change any of this. Tell me, Chelsea, please. I need you to tell me the truth. Because what you're saying, I know is not it. See, now him and Sally, I knew they were going to put him and Sally together last month when they kept running into each other. Now him and Sally are besties. We know the rule in soap operas. If two people run into each other twice in 1 week, they're going to now become a couple. It just happens. They just do that, right? Sally and Billy have become sounding boards to each other, knowing something's up. I just know something's the matter, right? Thinking, is it what we think it is? Do we just not want to look at the signs? And it's like, okay, look at the signs of guilt, especially from Chelsea. Not the signs of we got our significance cheating on us because they sneaking off, but it's the guilt. So Sally what was relentless with Adam, please, Adam. And Adam says, that's Billy putting that in your head. Listen, you are my everything. You this, you that, you my world, and that. So finally, Sally says, okay, I believe you. And she's making them a couple of drinks. I am so happy this is just out of our relationship, because this doubt, Adam, was not good, not good for me. Creative, but not good for me. And Adam's leaning back. Oh, I'm so happy too. I mean, hey, this time my lie worked, right? Chelsea, on the other hand, We got Billy camping out at Crimson Lights, just hoping she would come through, which she would eventually, because she's been avoiding him. She broke up with him, as a matter of fact. And she came down the stairs and she said, "Are you here waiting to run into me, Billy?" And he's like, "I was going to give it 10 more minutes before I left." And she says, "Look, So then that's when he went into, no, I know it's something. I know it's something. And I will love it. You and I are like this, right? Finally, she breaks down and she tells him the truth. She tells him that, and she tells him how it happened with the booze, and they had a great day with Connor. And then they got the news that he tried to cut himself, and just the desperation. And the next thing they know, they're falling into bed with each other. It didn't mean anything. It just happened. And we got Billy. Now that she's told him that something he's been suspecting, but she's like, "Say something, Billy. Say something. I know you must hate me. I know you must. Can you forgive me? I know I betrayed you in the worst way, Billy. I know it. Can you just yell at me? I'm ready. I could take it." I don't know how I feel. I'm numb. Oh, we go from whatever it is, "I'm gonna love you. I can take it, Chelsea. Just tell me we are gonna work through this together, Chelsea," to, "I don't know. Can you forgive me? Can you forgive me? I don't know how I could, what I'm going to do. Oh, just, yes, I suspected, but truly hearing it, I I can't. I see, that's why people don't tell. Even though I'm not advocating the cheating and not telling and cheating and lying, because look, that lion was going to send Chelsea back to the rooftop, right? So no, not for her, and not for Adam either, because they can't seem to keep their mouth shut about sleeping together. She brought Connor over to Adam's place, so because he wanted to sleep in his room at Adam's, a different environment. And what do? Down the stairs talking about it. See, Connor could have been up the stairs listening. They just can't stop talking about it. Both of them. And then even at the park, when they were so happy and watching Connor off in the distance with the football, their hands touch, and now they're holding hands. Okay, so there is something developing more. Something is developing more. So Billy just has to leave because he don't know what to say, don't know what to do. Oh my God. And Chelsea's just sitting there. So she texts Adam saying, "I told Billy the truth. He knows." Adam looks at that text and he's like, "Oh my God, I just told an Oscar-winning performance lie to Sally. She bought it. She thinks this chapter is over." And Adam's reading this text. He's like, "Oh my God, now Billy's gonna tell Sally, right?" So Sally's like, "Adam, is everything okay?" And he's like, "Oh, it's work stuff." And he's thinking, yeah, that's what happens, Adam, when you just don't tell the truth. That's getting ready to bite you in the butt. See, Sally and Billy could have handled it better had you two told them the truth when you got home. When you got home. Seriously. that there was a weak moment. We have to tell you about it. This is what we just, because when they came home and told the phone conversation and what happened with Connor, everybody was bummed. Billy was bummed. Sally was bummed for, they could have accepted, and we came home early because, they could have accepted that. Or look, at least they would already be working through it. But the constant lying about it, couldn't accept it. Or now, if they accept it now, because let's face it, Billy and Sally are going to have a little thing now. That's going to be their excuse to fall into bed. And then we had the Faith situation with Lucy, who she should have never let Lucy glom onto her in the first place. Faith was just being nice. But when you are dealing with a kid so much younger than you, and you could see was becoming fixated on you, you have to stop it. You do. Because she's not old enough to be in Faith's party crowd. She's not in, she's nowhere near their league. Period. Lucy, did you notice? Now Johnny's in town. They didn't have Johnny and run into Lucy, run into Johnny. They're the same age. Nope, not true. Lucy's older than Johnny. Lucy, they've actually aged Johnny a little too much. That's what that is. Lucy was Billy and Victoria's first baby. Billy pretty much bought her for Victoria after she lost their child. And remember, they had Lucy. That was a whole storyline until Phyllis almost was the one that she was the one that busted it out and discovered that's her grandchild, right? So Lucy was older. Lucy's older than Johnny by probably 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So, okay, you know what? I see that. I forgot that when they brought them together last year and they were like the same age, but they're actually not the same age. So, okay, you know what? I digress from that statement. But anyway, we could tell this is headed to disaster. Lucy snuck out. She's on punishment. Her parents were gone. Faith left her because she told her, Lucy says, can we be friends? And Faith says, really, no, we can't be friends. She says, you're a cool kid, but we're not in the same age group. She says, I'm in college and I'm going back to college. And you are what? Your first year high school, right? Or maybe second year high school, maybe 10th grade. She goes, find some friends at school in your own age. She goes, I get it. I get it. And then she goes, do you think it's the whole thing that what happened with your sister and my dad? Is your feelings for him thrown over onto me? And Faith said, no, not at all. I would never hold what happened to a parent on a child. She says, so no, it is what I said it is. Our age is too far apart. Because her friends were texting her already saying, hey, ready to hang out? Where are you? So then Lucy's like, oh, that's your circle of friends, huh? She goes, yeah, I was supposed to have met them. But I'm going to run home, check on my mom, and then I'm going to go meet them. So she goes, and you should get home yourself and ask your parents to forgive you for sneaking out. She goes, yeah, hopefully they won't be home when I get back. So Faith is like, look, are you good? Because I have to go. And she's like, yeah. Now, to me, in this case, Faith is not Lucy's keeper. She's not. However, this girl's 14, possibly 15 now. Would you leave her in the park alone and say, you know what, go home? You should probably go on and go home. Would you walk out of a park leaving her there? Faith should have said, because Faith is driving, or could be ride sharing it to death, but who cares? Right? I feel she's driving. They didn't address it. Faith should have said, you know what, Lucy? I'm going to take you home, because understand the building Lucy lives in is by that park. Remember, that building that Devon owns is downtown, close to the park, close to Jabot. It's downtown, which is what Crimson is. So Faith should have said, you know what? Let me make sure you get home. Okay. Should have drove her to the front door. Whether she went in or not, that's on Lucy. I'm not saying walk her to it. No, she's a big girl. She snuck out. She know how to get back in. But don't leave her in the park. Too much could go wrong. So anyway, that's the only thing I was thinking, man, you left her there, Faith? I wouldn't have done that. But anyway, okay. So now let's get to the end. Billy knows something he begged and begged and begged to know that he can handle. He gets to the park and has this meltdown. Has this huge, huge meltdown. Because he and Chelsea, remember, they got together through the suicide storyline, that crisis. Billy had to, the hero thing. And he was the only one that could keep Chelsea safe. He, directed himself as her mental guardian, right? Chelsea was already fixated on him before that, and she wanted to get back with Billy. And guess what? She, not that the suicide thing she did to get Billy, but no, I'm just saying she was living her best life after she's getting help because she had Billy. And she was able to then see Johnny and all of that. But see, Billy left his actually good relationship with Lily. Good relationship. Now this has happened. And he can't believe it. Not for the likes of Adam Newman, the father of your child. No. No. The one that you're going to be required to spend more time with for your son, Connor. No. Yeah, that person, Billy. It happened. Yikes. Billy Abbott won't be able to handle it. He's already spiraling out of control. He won't be able to handle it. So that was Friday's episode. I did kind of digress a bit back to the past with Sharon. And you know what I'm probably going to do? I will do another one, maybe tomorrow, and just talk about how I feel some of the storylines have diverged to today, so that this way, when I do next week's, I won't be going too far back, although I'm sure there'll be things I'll forget, so I will go back, but at least it won't make the videos too long. So anyway, everybody, I will be back with another weekly recap, or quarter recap, but I'm going to do a more frequent of The Young and the Restless.